Hey friend, Megan here. Coming to you today with some pressure point, massage, and movement to help with headaches and migraines. I've noticed that I'm on a group called the Schumann Resonance, and a lot of people have been having really intense pain in their head, ringing in their ears. There is a possible association with sort of sun radiation, the changes of the earth, and what's going on right now to sort of theoretically raise the vibration that actually helps us bring pain and hurts to the surface so that we can flush them out. So I wanted to share this video because sometimes we feel a little stuck and not sure where to go with all of that. There's also some noise in the background, and I realized that I'm going to leave it. I'll try to turn the background noise off, but I am going to leave it on because part of this whole headache thing is so much input, so much noise, and I find that if we hold on to it, it actually kind of tries to fight rather than allowing it. So while we're doing this, if you can allow the noise of your life to continue, but instead of holding on to it, to do your best to let it just pass through you. I have a really good example of, I used to hate the cold, and it would come, and my whole body would like seize up, and I would start sort of shaking, and I'd be upset about it. And then there was this one day that I decided, you know what, I'd really like to just see if I can relax into it and let it pass through me. And there was this switch that it didn't bother me anymore. So I think of that with the noise of the world and headaches. So I think it's appropriate. So let's do our best to let the noises of our life pass through as we come back to our breath. So let's start. Inhaling in nice and slow, exhaling softly and slowly, and again, and out. Trying not to have this sharp holding on, but just softly releasing, softly inhaling. The breath will help oxygenate, flush out toxins, and bring in circulation. So it's really important for the head to breathe into it. When I say breathe into it, visualize the head expanding and relaxing on the exhale, letting everything settle. And you can kind of visualize steam rising from the head. All right, so let's add some movement. Good stretch, relaxing the shoulder down, letting the head drop with its own weight. Pulling it down in the inhale. Relaxing on the exhale. Notice if there's tension in the face, release that. Other side. Let's do a circle. Inhaling on the stretch back. Exhaling forward. Inhaling. Let's reverse directions. And noticing that tension in the mouth that I'm seeing. Sometimes I hold it and then loosen it when I find it. So good, we'll do some shoulder rolls back. And forward. And this is about relaxation. It's not about looking like anything. It's about easing some of the tension that builds up in the face, shoulders, and neck. Super. All right, rub the hands together, get some warmth. They call it qi in Chinese medicine. All right. Now I stretch out my hands. So much passes through them. Feel like you can move them around a little if you'd like. Okay, first, we're going to run our fingers through our hair. Letting the noises pass. Touching the head and just feeling the skin. So I push in, I kind of rub it, push in, kind of rub it, And I find those little spots that are hard. So that kind of warms it up and gets some, you can itch it, get your nails in there, get some oxygen in there, get some feeling in there. Great. Let's move on to knuckles. So these guys, I dig in and I roll them. And I start right around the crown of my head. Dig in and roll and do your best to relax. Dig in and roll around the crown. And there's some spots that hurt. We hold tension in there. Sometimes if your hair is a little bit too tight when it's pulled back, you can kind of pull on those follicles and all those little nerve endings and muscles are all there going. So, there we go, around. And you can dig. And if you find some spots that really hurt, take a breath in and exhale and feel sort of relax. Inhale and exhale, relax. Good. Let's move on to the part where our head connects to our neck right here. We're going to dig our thumbs in. So I'm pushing, moving through behind the ears. You can hear little cracks and pops in your ears sometimes. All the way behind the ears. So I'm literally going right in here. And you can see the pressure I'm doing. Do as much as it feels good to you. And the more you do this, the stronger your hands get. So you might not feel a lot at the beginning, but you will later as your hands get stronger. Run the hands through the hair again. Shake it out. Feel the lightness, feel the movement into the head, and feel some relief, right? So, I have another video on face specifically, which can help with swelling, jaw tension, but all of this connects to that head. So, we are going to do some more pressure points to the face. Grab your hands on your face if you feel comfortable with it. A lot is kind of coming back to loving. We're going to do 2 fingers on the temples. I'm going to push in, and we're going to roll. So I have my hands on my desk, and I'm pushing. Little circles, find the knots, find the parts that ache, and then be gentle with them, but firm. So I'm going to go around the hairline. And then I'm going to roll my knuckles along the hairline. And I kind of push in with this final knuckle at the end. There's also this great spot right here above the ear. Let's give that one a good press. I'm vicing my head right now. I'm breathing and watching it relax. Breathing in, expand, breathing out, relax. All right, a couple rolls there. Good. Okay. Now, this guy, a lot of eyebrow raising. I always have tension in here. So, we're going to, excuse my nails. I play in the dirt a lot, and I just can't be bothered. I wash them. I see so many YouTubers with perfectly manicured nails. Luckily now, nobody's getting their nails done, but mine tend to be a little extra dirty. So what I'm doing, pushing in, rolling around right on that muscle. This gets a lot of work when we're expressing. So there we go, there we go, there we go. Push, push, push. And breathe. And you can put your head in your knuckle right here. and lean into it, because I don't like to put too much tension in. So the more I can use my head weight and my body weight to actually push down, the better. So there we go. There we go. There we go. Let's take our knuckles and we're going to move them along under the eye. And right in here, a lot of eye twitches too happen. And that's all that tension releasing. The twitches are good, they're releasing stuff, but they can be really annoying. So when you do this, it can help release some of those little twitchies that can happen from stress that gets stored in our face. So rub, push, roll, push. You can do this with coconut oil, so it kind of moves a little bit easier. I sometimes do, I sometimes don't. I really like just being able to do stuff that I don't have to have a whole lot of setup or gear. All right, so we're going into the brow bone. I'm gonna push in there for a little bit. I didn't get as much sleep. 3 babies. Okay, there we go. So I'm a little eye baggy today. This helps with eye bags. Let's do it. As well as taking off the pressure from that head, helping release the migraine pain. Fantastic. Feel how relaxed it is. All right. Let's take another deep breath. Inhale. Expand those areas. Feel as if there's a difference. It might be a little achy. Maybe you felt some movement. Inhaling. Exhaling. Let's do another circle. Oh, new cracks. Fantastic. Those cracks are good because they release the stored stuff in the joints, the gases that get stuck. So it's not your bones, it's actually the gases. Okay, jaw. Right in here, under the cheekbone, above the jawbone, that close where that little divot is, push. Push along, and you can go through your cheekbone. And roll. You just want to explore your own face. And help release the pain. Let's get right behind the jaw, underneath the ear, right in here in the spot. Push. Good, good. Let's do some face stretches. Okay, open wide. Shake it out. Shake it out. Let these things get the full movement that they can, and it will help. Now, we're going to relax the teeth. This one we're going to do with our mind. As you inhale, inhale into the teeth. Exhale, let the teeth relax in the mouth. We're going to do the same thing with the tongue. Inhale, let the tongue drop. While you're in your day, notice if your tongue is pushing or up at the top of your mouth or having any tension, and let your tongue relax, and that will help your entire jawbone relax. Breathe into your lips. Let your lips relax. So that is something that I wanted to point out, that the mind-body connection of actually being able to breathe oxygen into the area, relaxing it with just our mind, and noticing when we are holding tension, because so many times we have become sort of numb, or we have so many repetitive movements that we don't even realize that we're holding it. And the more we notice it, the more we can then relax it, and we can do that with simply our intention and our effort and our visualization and our relaxation. So really, really important for all of this, that you can do this throughout the day. Notice if you're holding it, let it go. Let's go into the chin, dig in, pull down, dig in, pull down. And then we're going to take our knuckles like this. And dig in. In Korea, where I was born but never really lived, they have a ton of like facial massage tools. So there's like a jade roller, but I can do it with my hands. So this one helps, the the floppy cheeks that come down, but also releasing tension, so that's good. All right, let's do some more neck rolls. So I go back and forth between touch, massage, and movement with breath. We're going to do the figure 8 now. And notice if your face is tense or soft. And remember to breathe. So, those are some basics. Let's do some more in the forehead. And let's hit those spots right above the ears again, because those get intense, and then all the way through the temples. And then again, fingernails, fingers through the hair. Shake it out. Loosen your hair, toss your hair around, feel your head, let it breathe, and visualize steam coming off as you relax. Those are a few. There's lots more to do. Explore and get to know your own body. Notice and become aware of the tension that you hold, and know that you have the tools and the power to release it. You can help all of this release just by giving yourself a little love, a little touch, and a little attention. So you could probably do more. Feel free to play them over or do them as much as or as infrequently as you would like. But I do notice it helps with headaches. And I also will say that when you have a headache, it's kind of the last thing you want to do, but it will help, and you will feel this lighter, more released headache, and the headache will go faster. I also don't use very many over-the-counter like pain medications or anything, even though we really want to. I tend to believe that feeling it, releasing it, it's coming to the surface for a reason, so I try to sit with it. At the same time, if it's horrific, you can't sleep, there are ways to help alleviate it. Sometimes I use a little CBD oil and I will rub it on my temples externally, and I find that it just takes off that edge of pain and sometimes releases it completely and helps support the actual relaxation. So I try to go with sort of natural stuff because that's my own personal way of doing it. Do whatever feels good to you, but those things do work for me. Ooh, one last one. So I like to tell people there's a lot of times that I'll do stuff that seems not associated with the actual thing that we're looking at, the headache. But there is a really good spot for acupressure right in here. And there is usually like a big lump of mass tissue. They call it a blockage or a density. If you want to squeeze in right here, move it around, squeeze in from the other side, right in that big fleshy part of the thumb. That is a direct pressure point that goes to the head. Another one is to actually rub your big toe and dig your knuckle into your big toe. It will be very surprising and uncomfortable. But those things are related. Those nerve endings are kind of connected, and they call it the meridian system, etc. But yeah, so you can see I'm squishing, I'm moving, and sometimes I stretch it too. So I'm pushing it back to open this whole area, and I'm opening it up to open this whole area, and that can help with the headache too. So if you got a really big headache, smush that spot, breathe into your head, relax it all, and it will help alleviate some of that tension and stress that's built up over repetitive tension and the things that we take on. It's time to start relaxing them, it's time to start releasing them, and it's all doable with just a little love and attention and tools. Okay, so I hope your head feels better. Do this consistently to see really big results. Do it for a little bit of relief. Whatever. Let me know if that helped you. Let me know if there's any other videos that you'd like to see. Feel free to subscribe, like, share, to just get this message and these tools out there, because nobody wants to be in pain. So I love you very much. Love from Peru, and thank you for spending time with me and spending time to care for your own body here today. Love from Peru. Till next time.